Okay, so we can all agree that med school is hard from the amount of work we have to do, the lectures and seminars we have to attend, and just all the other commitments, like whether you're involved in societies, whether you're spending late nights in the library, studying hard, preparing for exams. Med school is hard. Right. So in this video, I'm just going to talk about some of the things that helped me navigate first year studying medicine. So these are some of the things I wish I knew and some of the things I wish I bought before I went into med school, because they helped me out a lot. So when I started med school, one of the things I found really hard was like some of the classes. So for example, I remember walking into my first anatomy lecture, and in the first anatomy lecture, so the professor had the lecture up on the board, and there were loads of things just being shown, and I didn't really understand how to like effectively make notes on this, or how would I go about copying it all down. Like I couldn't draw all the diagrams effectively, so I needed an easier way to do this. And before we begin, another thing I used to struggle with a lot was university. For me, it started really early in the morning, so I used to get up around 6 or 7, leave my house at 8, and the entire day I would be at university. So I'd literally be there the whole day. I'd come back probably around 4 or 5, and I still had to go gym, and like I'd be really hungry as well. Like I didn't have the time to prepare my food and whatnot. So to say the least, med school is difficult. So one of the first things I'd recommend you get before you start med school is get an iPad with an Apple Pencil. Now, this has been the single best investment I've made before starting med school. And the reason is because it just helps with everything. Everything is so much smoother, like note-taking, lectures, seminars, just planning everything. So I do all my work on there. So I'll walk you through like what I would do in a lecture. So in a lecture, the reason why I would opt for an iPad compared to making notes in my textbook is because usually when the professor is giving the lecture, they'll hand the lecture slides out, or they'll send them to you in the email, or there's like a Dropbox or something for you to look at the lecture slides before the actual lecture starts. Now, what I would normally do is during the lecture, I would download the lecture slides on my iPad. So I use this app called Notability. It's in the App Store. I can't remember how much it is, but it's relatively inexpensive for the value that you get from it. Now, so what I do is I export the PDF document of the lecture into Notability. And then what I would do is, now that I have the lecture in Notability, I would start annotating it as the professor's speaking. And another cool feature is you can literally have a web page open side by side, and you can take images and drop them in. So if you're learning anatomy, you can literally take like the brachial plexus, just drop it in there and annotate, draw on it, color code it, everything. And the best thing is you don't need to worry about losing your notebook or damaging your notebook. There's like this built-in feature with Notability where it uploads everything to your Google Drive. If you want to view these notes later on, you can just log into your Google Drive and open them up on your laptop and just look at them directly with all your handwritten notes. So that's why I recommend the iPad and the Apple Pencil. Honestly, it's a massive game changer when it comes to making notes for university. Now, the second best thing I would recommend is for you to get noise cancelling headphones. The reason why is because oftentimes you'd find when you go to an environment to study, like I personally go to Starbucks. It's near where I live, and when I'm studying, it's just so loud, and I'm the kind of person who needs a quiet place to study. I can't study with background noise or distractions going on, because like whilst I'm trying to write, I keep hearing things. And so when you get a good pair of noise cancelling headphones, it literally eliminates everything. The amount of work I get done is incredible. Like I go into this like flow of deep work, and I can just get so much more done, because when you're usually in like a cafe, like what the barista's making coffee, so you can hear the machine going off. There's like a baby, like someone's brought a family over, the baby's crying, you've got students over there talking really loudly, and it all just kind of infiltrates your mind. But when you have noise cancelling headphones, it just blocks everything out, and you can just literally focus and direct all your energy and your like brain power, if you want to call it, onto your work. So that's like the second best thing I would say, is to get a good pair of noise cancelling headphones. The ones I personally use are the Sony headphones. They are a bit expensive. I think you could get like a decent pair for about £200-400 or dollars. But I think they are really worth it. Okay, so the next one is a bit funny, but hear me out for just a second. It's an air fryer. Now, the reason why I'd suggest getting an air fryer is because as a student, you're so busy, right? You're literally out all day attending lectures and dissections and whatnot. And when you come home, you're going to be so tired, right? The last thing you want to have on your mind is, oh, like I need to make dinner or I need to prepare food. And usually that's quite a lengthy process unless you like personally enjoy making food and preparing food. I don't. I would literally eat like whatever's made, and I'll just survive off that. But honestly, getting an air fryer, I literally come home from my classes, I take out like some chicken, season it, and throw it into the air fryer for like 15-20 minutes. And honestly, it's amazing. It saves me so much time from having to take the pan out, then like cook the chicken, and then do all of this and that, like, and then I have to wash up. Like with the air fryer, just like layer it with like with a sheet of foil, and then just add the chicken in and just throw the foil away after, and you don't need to clean anything. So that's like the third best thing I'd say, is get an air fryer, because it will literally help you. But also just like be cautious, because if you're living in halls, I don't think you'd be allowed to have an air fryer. But if you have like a self-catered accommodation and you have a kitchen or something, or you have your own apartment, then yeah, I'd highly recommend getting an air fryer. Okay, so the last one on this list is a portable charger. Now, our phones are single-handedly like the most important thing we have on our person at all times. And I know if my phone dies, like I can't do anything. Like I've got my whole life on there. Like I've got my Apple Pay, so I can't be like, I won't be able to buy things. Like I normally don't really carry around my cards or anything, just things like that. And the thing is, when you're out the whole day attending lectures or going to the gym or seeing friends, like your phone battery will die. So it's just really helpful and useful to just have a portable charger in your bag at all times, because it's just one less thing to worry about, your phone dying, right? Because for me, like it will just be catastrophic. And honestly, like I'm a bit useless when it comes to having my phone charged. Like before I go to sleep, I don't even put it on charge. So I walk out the door and it's already on 40%, and by the end of the day, like it's on 10% or 5%, and I can't really use it because I need to like save the battery in case, you know, there's an emergency or something. But having a portable charger just eliminates that whole problem in itself. So now these are the top 4 things that I could think of that helped me personally, and I think would really benefit you. But if you're watching this video and you think of other things, just like put it down in the comments in case that might help someone else. If you found this video helpful, so if you're about to enter med school or you're just going to university in general and you found this video helpful, do subscribe and like, because it does help out a ton with the YouTube algorithm. Also, if you think there's something important that I left out, just add it into the comments below, because it might help someone else out. You never know. If you think this video might benefit someone, do share it with them, because that's the whole point. I just want to make this video as accessible to as many people as possible who are like sort of going through this as well. But yeah, that's pretty much it for this video. Again, do like, because it does help out with the YouTube algorithm. So yeah, I'll see you in the next one.